would I take a Beatles redo or a full-on techno renovation of Run Your Sets? I mean, in this modern age, it's a pretty easy decision. Run Your Sets or Hey Jude. If you say Hey Jude, just please excuse yourself from the table. There will be no supper for you. I mean, that's called an egregious play, but we're out here risking it all. It just comes down to run your sets. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here. We won PUBG VR, we won Fortnite Battle Royale, we won Call of Duty Battle Royale, we won Apex Battle Royale, but we haven't tasted the sweet victory of Tetris 99 Battle Royale. Run your sets here. Slide the perp into the Twitch Prime. Keep the perps with the perp, Switch Prime. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green, Switch Prime. Slide the perp into the Twitch Prime. Keep the perps with the perp, Switch Prime. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green, Switch Prime. They don't want us to succeed. They don't want our sets to be running. Out here just popping, that's what we do. Now you reach into your back pocket, just take it easy. Hit them with the T-try. It just comes down to run your sets. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here. Just out here running sets, boys. Run your sets. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green. Nice and easy here. Just keep running our sets. Match your colors. You don't have to think. All this is match your colors. Match your colors. Match your colors. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here.
Hello. How you doing, y'all? Welcome. Let me get the camera going. Oh, okay, it's a little too warm. That's probably good. Hello. We're not doing holidays. Oh wait, UEGM. No. No. We just need to save 3 minutes. That's all we need is just, well, 3 minutes and 16 seconds, I guess. But I know I could do that. I am tired. I did have a long day, but I had a 12-ounce Red Bull like an hour ago, so I will probably be fine. But yeah, it was a long day at work. It was literally shorter than a few of the other days I've done recently, but because I was streaming here this morning, right? But it was just a long day. It was a lot of stuff packed into one day. Oh. So, anywho. Yeah. hopefully we'll do all right. We'll give it a few shots. No sales today. No sales today. I'm still kind of being trained though. Okay. Okay. So. Yeah. Oh man, I'm tired. I do hope that I'm tired physically, but mentally I am kind of like, I'm like ready to go. We'll see if my Peggle play is up to par. Okay. In our last run, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we did pretty well in the PB on not really missing a bunch. We had a couple later on in the run, we definitely had some time saved, right? We had 12-3 fucked us up a bit. And 12-4 fucked us up a bit, right? What other levels? I think 10-5 a little bit. My favorite Simpsons episode? That's a good question. Okay, so I actually, when I was like a teenager, I watched Simpsons quite a bit. I haven't watched Simpsons in like 10 years, at least. But I did actually watch a good bit. I probably watched the first 10 seasons of Simpsons, like a couple times each episode. Like I've probably done a full watch through of the first like 10 seasons of The Simpsons. So I haven't watched anything more recent than that. So like literally like early 2000s, like 2004, 2005 Simpsons is like the most recent stuff I've seen. But anything within those first 10 seasons I know pretty well. So I would say for me, oh man, I like the one where Flanders kind of goes nuts and like just starts being a menace. I think that one's pretty good. Like he like snaps, you know. That's a pretty good one. Well, what other ones are there? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I mean, yeah. Oh god, it's this song. What are some other good Simpsons episodes? Here, you know what? Best classic Simpsons episodes. Let's see. The very best of the Simpsons Golden Age. I'm reading a list right now, and I remember some of these, but I'm like, none of them are standing out in my memory. Oh, you know, I just remember there's one where I don't know why this I think this freaked me out when I was younger. There's one where Lisa gets like she has to get braces and like because they and they show her like a computer scan. It's meant to be like a joke that like she gets shown a scan of her teeth like digging through her brain, and I was like, what the fuck? I remember that. Okay, that's a weirdo. Anyways, yeah, I remember the braces one. But again, I haven't seen these in years, but the fact that I can remember some of these, I mean, that means that they're probably I guess they're good enough at least. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. Hurricane Nettie is the one I was thinking of, where he like snaps and then. Oh, Who Shot Mr. Burns is a classic one. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking. I'm looking through the. I don't remember some of these. Some of these I do. Oh, Mr. Plow. Okay, I remember that one. That's funny. Oh, Lisa the Vegetarian. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Isn't it true? Maybe this is a rumor. Is it true that Lisa became a vegetarian on The Simpsons because Paul McCartney requested it in return for like letting them like cover or parody one of his songs? I've heard that rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor or actual fact. But that's just one of those like pop culture things that I've heard before. That apparently like Paul McCartney, he was like, yeah, like Simpsons reached out to him, and he's like, yeah, I'll like I'll do a guest appearance on The Simpsons, and I'll you know, and like but Lisa needs to become vegetarian, and then apparently she like became vegetarian because of that, and then it has been vegetarian ever since. Yeah, that's what I mean, Jana. I think that was one of his conditions for appearing in the episode. So the McCartneys want Lisa to continue avoiding me in perpetuity after the guest visit. He always checks. He's always showing it. That's really funny. Yeah. I also heard a thing which was that like apparently well yeah, The Simpsons, they've had a lot of guest appearances. Oh, hello Jamdo Cool. Welcome to the YouTube stream. Sorry, we're just doing our pre-stream, pre-speedrun chilling. We're gonna get speedrun in a second though. I'm gonna go grab a drink and then Furious. Okay. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. All right. Here we go. Let's get speed running, boys. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing at this fine Thursday night, or whatever it is, wherever you are? Okay. 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 There you go, crazy amount of skills. It's only 300 here, right? Yeah. Good. Alright. I've seen other people have the mods emote. Very nice. Shit. Okay. Yeah, double long shot, baby. That's what we were talking about. Alright. Yup. Yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Welcome to the YouTube stream, Rocky. I do not know what that's saying. Is that, are you, I apologize, but are you speaking Portuguese? If I had to guess, that's what that is. Whoops. Hey, what's my name? Well, Poetry Stud, you know? I'm the stud of poetry. Okay. I kind of fucked this one up. You're in Brazil. Okay, I was right. So it is. So you are speaking Portuguese. I don't speak any Portuguese. I apologize. I can kind of understand it a little bit when it's written out, because I speak Spanish, but I don't speak any Portuguese. So I will unfortunately not be able to speak anything back or anything like that. Bro, really? Really, game? Okay. Sorry. I heard my phone go off a few times. That's it. I got you, Rocky. Well, yeah, welcome to the stream. I have a few, I actually have a few Brazilian friends. And I listen to some Brazilian folk music occasionally. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. It's from, it's like northern Brazilian folk music. What? I can't remember the genre name. Is it Fajo? Something like that? I think is the name of it. I'm not remembering it, but I think it's something like that. Man, BK, that's BM. You're not even German. You shouldn't care about that. I mean, to be fair, it's just a meme everywhere. I mean, like, dude, I remember I watched that live when it happened. Not in person, obviously, but I remember watching that live, like on TV. I was with some people from my like Boy Scouting troop or whatever, and we were just like what in the world is happening? Like, that's one of those games that you remember. And so that's one of those ones where if you saw it, you're just like, I'm never forgetting this. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you for subbing. And I hope you enjoy the. How is that not? Okay. Okay, here's my conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. Am I right in thinking that double long shot has different parameters than normal long shot? Like, in other words, the second long shot, it feels like it has to be more than a normal long shot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel that sometimes. You don't think so? Okay, is it just like a perception thing? Maybe. Did it? It might have. It just hit something that I didn't notice. Or we could just yell, rigged! Okay. I will say, so these YouTube streams, they don't really bump up my stats to any significant degree. At least the ones I've done so far. Maybe if I do like a really long one, it has more time to kind of proliferate, I guess? I don't know. Maybe it will, but like the viewer stats and like the average view time, like they're kind of like whatever. But what I have noticed is that the was gonna say, what I have noticed is that like it definitely has brought in new people. Like every single time that we've done one of these streams, and I've done it to YouTube as well, it always has at least 2 or 3 new people come in, and a lot of them were like, oh, I subscribed, I like it, you know. And so like to me, that's like that makes it worth it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it hasn't impacted my sub like noticeably, like significantly, but it has impacted it. So, thanks, Elias. Do you guys? Okay, you ought to hear about in the latest episode of Poetry engages with trolls when he shouldn't. Okay, but this one I don't actually think I should be blamed for. Oh, come on, that's not gonna be enough. God damn it. This should, no, okay, this one is not my fault, okay? I didn't call anyone the C word at first. No, I actually did now. But anyways, no, okay, so okay. I'm trying to think about how to... Wait, the context doesn't really matter. It was on the local subreddit for the, like, also I don't really care if people go to find it, whatever. But I'll tell the full story. If you want to go see for yourself, you can, because it is kind of weird, and not on my part. It's weird on what the other person did, which you'll hear in a second. All right. Anyway, sorry. So so I was on the local subreddit for like my city here, right? And it's actually decently active for being not a massive city or anything. I mean, it's a college town, right? So that's part of it. But so anyways, though, so I was just kind of looking through, and there was some stuff that was like politically related. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't actually have anything to do with this. But in one of the like comment threads, someone said a comment that was like, they basically said all anyone cares about is money. That was the crux of, which is not really a political statement, which is why, like, it was originally like a politically minded thread, but it didn't really matter for the context of this comment. But someone said this comment, and I was like, no. I was like, well, a lot of people care about money. I care about money, but there's plenty of people who don't just care about money, right? And like the way it was written, it was like all people care about is money. Okay, that was really lucky. And I'm like, no, I don't think. Oh, all right, thank you, Rocky. Though, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, welcome to the stream. It was like all people care about is money. I'm like, no, like, I mean, like maybe I was like, some people all they care about is money, right? But I would hope that that's not everyone. So I literally commented that, and I commented because they were also kind of just being a little rude and dismissive with it, like. So I commented, I was like, listen, not everyone just cares about money, but clearly you do based on your comment, right? Like, you know, because that's what it tells me. That's what it tells me, right? Is that if someone says something like that, like they're betraying their own perception, right? And that's based on their own kind of, you know, they're projecting. Anyways, so I commented on that, and this person never responded, to be clear. But then, like, 12 hours later... yeah, exactly, yeah. So then, okay, so to be clear, the person that I responded to and said that to never responded. So it's not like I don't have any beef with them or whatever. Like they said something that I thought was very revealing of their, like, bias, but, like, whatever, you know, they weren't, like, being, like overtly like problematic about it. They just said something. I was like, hey man, like, you know, maybe don't speak for everyone, you know. But I wasn't really like that annoyed by it. I just said, like, you know, don't speak for everyone. So then about 12 hours go by, and some other random dude replies to my comment. And then And I see this this morning when I'm like getting up and getting ready for work, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I literally waited for a while, or like I finished getting ready, and then I just reopened it because like, did I read that right? Because they commented not only on my post, but I saw 2 comments at once, and one of them was on my, from the same person. One of them was on my Peggle Deluxe any percent video when I posted the link on Speedrun r/Speedrun. And so then I went and looked back at the and so then I went and looked at the comment. So first I looked at the comment on that like discussion thread that I had commented on. And again, this is a completely different person, just a random person just butting into this comment thread, this chain, right? And they said, "Are your YouTube videos monetized?" That's literally all they said. Like as if it's some massive gotcha. Yeah, he got me, dude. He got me. My YouTube videos are monetized. Oh shit, dude. I actually do care about money. He fucking got me, dude. And then the comment on the, and then I went and looked at the comment on my, where I posted my any percent video, right? I posted it on r/Speedrun because again, I think it's high quality content, or like at least high enough, you know, maybe not everyone will like it, but I think it's worth posting in a forum about speedrunning stuff, and I don't think it's like just spamming. I put a lot of work into it, you know. I think it's fair. So, but anyways, though, so the wording, it helps in the context. The wording on the Speedrun r/Speedrun post I made was like, hey, I am heavily inspired by, I made a very heavily Summoning Salt inspired video about Peggle Deluxe's speedrunning history. That was it. I literally said like I made a Summoning Salt inspired speedrun history video about this. And this guy randomly. Thank you for chat. Yeah, feeding the money addiction. Yeah. But so then this guy went into this, like, he literally must have searched through my Reddit post history and went to this post, and I guess they must watch some speedrun content because they commented on it and said, "Never compare yourself to Summoning Salt. You're nothing like him." I'm like, bro, what the fuck is your problem? Like they were like fucking like pissed about it. I'm like, what in the world did I say to piss this guy off? What? like I was just baffled. I was like, bro, like what is the deal here, man? Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm like. And I literally commented on that one first and was like, yo, like, I never said I'm as good as Summoning Salt. I never said, I was never trying to compare myself to Summoning Salt. I literally just said that I was inspired by him because if anything, it'd be worse to not acknowledge it, right? I want to acknowledge I'm inspired by it. I'm not trying to say I'm better than it. Like, anyways, but I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this guy's problem? And then I went back to the original. What's up? Do you want to come in here? What? Oh, okay. I'll quiet down in a bit, yeah. But yeah, so anyways though, the oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm being a little too loud. But anyways though, no, so this fucking dude, I'm like what in the world is his deal? Like, he just fucking like just looked through my comments and post history for, you know, going back months just to like find a like gotcha, like, oh dude, you make YouTube videos about this. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And so I just commented on the original thing and I'm like, yo dude, I never said people can't care about money. I care about money. It's just not all I care about, and that's all I meant. Because it is all I meant. And then I was like, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I was like, and I do, and I was like, I do monetize my videos. Like I'm not trying to hide that. But then I told him, but then I said, I was like, hey, like if you think I'm making speedrunning history videos about, you know, relatively niche video games from 20 years ago, like in a, you know, already relatively niche speedrunning community as a whole, just for the money, like, you know, like I think you may need to I think you might be a little off base there. So yeah, and they never responded, but like I was just like baffled by it. I was like, what the fuck? And then out of curiosity, I was like, okay, and this is a mistake, you should never do this, because this is what this guy did. Sorry. Yeah, okay, Britshaw's on the same page. Yeah, exactly, Britshaw, yeah. So this was what I did. I was like, okay, what does this guy's history look like? Let's see what he's got going on. And that was, that was, yeah, Britshaw's looking right now. Yeah, it's certainly something. There's a lot of, like, I don't know the guy's race. I just want to say that. But there was a lot of N-words there, from what I could see. And he was arguing with people in, like, NFL-related subreddits, and literally I like scroll the first page of like most recent comments, I found him like literally posting an address saying, come to this place, I'll fucking kill you. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? I'm like, holy shit, dude, like this guy is like no, like he's going through other people's, oh fuck, I was like, he's going through other people's fucking comment history, and I'm like, what in the world is his comment history? Yeah, so anyways, that was a weird one. I don't feel bad talking about that, because again, like, that wasn't me being weird, to be clear. You know, I understand, sometimes I'm a little weird champ, sometimes I call someone the C word because they're spouting nationalist propaganda about Spanish versus, you know, like Catalonia things, right? But you know, sometimes we spam the C word here at people. I don't spam at people. I just, you know, just tell them to fuck off. But this was not that case. This was me trying to be like reasonable. I mean, maybe what my original comment to the other dude was a little petty, being like, you know, clearly you only care about money. Like, that's a little petty. But no, I mean, you know, I was just calling him out on it. But like, that's the weird thing, is that it was a completely different dude. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same dude. That's what got me. That's why I'm confused. Like, why was he like so invested to the point where he went and like stalked my profile just because I like called someone else out in a like fairly mild way, all things considered. Very strange. Very strange. So yeah. Nice. I think we did need that actually. You know, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I post cringe on Reddit, but what, the guy's comment history? It's I only looked at a bit, but it's pretty wild, right? Like I was like, what? I was like, bro, you shouldn't be going through other people's post history if you got this in your post history. Like, yeah, I only looked a little bit. Tell me if you find any any hidden gems in there. Let me know if I'm curious what you find. Yeah, it was just a weird. It's just one of those weird things. It's like that's like a Northern Lion moment when he's had interactions. Northern Lion, a lot of interactions with chatters. He goes and looks at their chat history and realizes just like he's like, what the fuck? or just any big streamer when they do unbanned forms. I've seen some weird. There's some clips of really weird ones. Oh man. Uh-oh, maybe he's one of your kin. Uh-oh, wait. Oh, herb. Hold on, wait, that might actually be okay. It's never okay. Yeah, I only looked for literally I looked through 10 comments of his and 3 of them were him threatening to meet up and fight someone. Is there more? Is that I was like, bro. That's so weird, man. It's But and to be clear, I'm pretty sure the posts that I saw that were him threatening to fight someone were talking about NFL stats for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm like, oh, dude, it's not. It's fucking. It's. What's up, Tucker? How you doing, buddy? Wait, what? Is that actually real, Jada? Is that actually real? Bro, what the fuck? Oh my god. What's up, Tuck? We should turn at least one of these things into a copy pasta. Honestly, we should turn the one he said on my speedrun video. Never compare yourself. That should be an exclamation mark quote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, honestly though, JL. Oh man. Yeah. There's some interesting characters online, that's for sure. Nice, Richa. Okay, I need a lot more points here. Okay, bro. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want you guys to like feel like you need to like look at this stuff. It's just, I just wanted to share it because I thought it was a wild. I just thought I was just like stunned. I was like, what the fuck? His first post is commenting on "I made bread" and it got removed. What? How do you get a comment? What would the context have been if someone's saying someone's proud of making bread and it's just comment removed, bro? Ain't no way. Oh, holy shit. Okay, yeah. I actually had, okay. Let's pivot a little bit from this this poor guy. Okay, so I actually had some weird comments on my YouTube recently as well. There's one a couple days ago on the 80% video, the deluxe 80% video, that was like, Peggle was so bad. And that's it. They didn't say my video was bad even. They just said Peggle was bad. Like, then they didn't even say it is bad. They said it was bad. So I was like, they just have a vendetta. I was like, why would they comment this? They must really hate it. Let me see it. There's another one too. Okay, let's look. Someone else commented. So there's a comment thread that I talked about before, but someone in one of the comment threads was like, kinda like saying like basically like, oh, you're just completely ripping off Summoning Salt with the music and stuff. And I've talked about how, like, you know, I'm not like, you know, I'm definitely inspired by it, but I'm trying not to overly use some of the, you know, the same music he uses. In fact, in the Extreme EGM video, I purposely used only music from other artists that I've never heard Summoning Salt use, right? Just to be safe. And Yeah, so then, but then someone else commented on that thread, and so yeah, thanks for sure, yeah. And so then I told someone else commented more recently, and I was like, hey, I totally get that, which is why you should watch my most recent video. Literally self-promoting in my own comment section. Yeah, there's a lot of nice comments too. So, oh yeah, someone commented yesterday and said, this was like this was heartbreaking. This comment was heartbreaking. Someone commented on the Peggle Fevers teaser trailer and said, is Peggle Fevers going to Xbox in October of this year? And I was like, sorry. I was like, sorry. I said I wish, but unfortunately we don't really know how to do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. From 3 days ago, from the YouTube channel Farting-2. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. If I go to their channel, it actually has their names. I'm not gonna say that, but Farting-2. The YouTube channel Farting-2 says Peggle was so bad. That's it. It just says Peggle was so bad. And then so then I posted, there's that clip I got from like last week, one of my streams. It was on 5-1. It was on Bolodrome. And it was the one where he got the weird bounce that like bounced up and over and then down and then into the bucket and then like went up at a weird angle. And someone commented on that and said, this is literally the most normal Peggle gameplay, not a clip at all. Oh, here's another one. Another guy commented and said, actually, I mean, they don't actually say that part, but like that's what I imagine it as. They say, you don't fly through the air in Sekiro, you swim through the air. Because it's called air swimming. It is called air swimming. But like, bro, they're flying. Yeah, I saw that one too, Rich. Yeah. Someone actually did comment something on one of my other like YouTube shorts that I made from a like cool shot, and someone else actually, whose name is Gay Bowser, they actually commented something that's useful and like was like, it's critical, but in a way that's actually very helpful for me because I didn't even think about this. They said, too bad it all happened. It's not like that critical, but they said, too bad it all happens behind the YouTube icons. And I realized what they mean. I was like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, because when you're on YouTube Shorts, there's like so much shit at the bottom. It has like the channel and like a little like logo and like the like and comment buttons that you have to hit. So especially on mobile, YouTube Shorts, the whole bottom half of the screen is just like covered with YouTube UI elements. And the way that the Twitch clips automatically generate, where you can make them in portrait mode, is that it tries to put your face on top and the like whatever the main part of the screen is on the bottom. And the problem is that I don't really care if people see my face, but the gameplay is what, you know, I'm trying to catch people with. And so the gameplay is like behind, like hidden almost completely behind all the YouTube UI shit. So that was actually a really good comment. Like I was like it was very insightful. I was like, holy shit, that's right. So in the future, if I get Twitch clips, I'm going to reverse that. I'm gonna have my face on the bottom, the gameplay on top. So yeah. There's plenty of good YouTube comments. I mean, there's lots of ones that are just very positive, and I always like that, of course. But then there's also ones that are critical, but in a way that is very like constructive. So. Let's do another one. You guys know how I have that big, tall beer glass that I drink beer out of sometimes? It broke. saying I'm pathetic? Wait, really? I don't even think I've seen that one. I was talking about this earlier this morning, but I've been thinking about the... I didn't even see that one. What the fuck? That's kind of funny. I like Duncan's comment on the extreme EGM. Wii music? That's funny because it does sound like Wii music, but it's not. It's from Persona 4, which is probably not on... Well, actually, it might be on the Wii, honestly, you know? Probably Wii U, but... Alright, anyways, let's get into it. Matt, you would have enjoyed what we talked about before. We were... we were doing a deep dive on a YouTube... Or sorry, not a YouTube, a Reddit commenter who commented on, like, who responded to me on Reddit by, like, stalking my profile page and then insulting me for saying that I've been summoning salt inspired. Shit, sorry, I can't speak, apparently. I'm not gonna explain the whole thing again, but it's quite the wild ride. Dude, honestly, I might take that whole segment. Well, okay, I don't want to really give this person more attention in case they do actually like okay, yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's pretty fun though. Don't ever compare yourself to summoning salt. Yeah, true. No, I mean, the funniest thing is, like, I agree that I don't want to compare myself to summoning salt because I do think I bring a different editing style. But that's why it's so funny, is because I said I was inspired by him, right? But, like, not every inspiration. Saying you're acknowledging inspiration is not comparing yourself. I mean, I guess in a literal sense it kind of is, but, like, not in the way they meant. Well, so that's the thing, man. Is that then we went and looked at then we went and looked through the rest of the comments, which is what I did earlier this morning when I saw what they said, because I was just curious about what type of person would do this, and yeah, so to give an example, Matt, they really love the Kansas City Chiefs. From what I can see, they really love them to the point of, like, threatening to like meet someone in real life and fight them over it. Like they literally. Like, it's wild. Anyways. Here's the scary part, is that they're probably, because of the fact that they were on the city subreddit where I live, like, it's a good chance they're, like, maybe, like, a student, honestly. Yeah, I could have taught them. I try to think if I ever had a moment where, like, I thought I'm trying to think if I've ever had a moment where, like, a student said something that I really found, like, distasteful or, like, you know, problematic. I don't really think so. I'm trying to think, like, what is the most what's the most out there thing one of my students ever said? Out there, like, in a bad way. There's plenty of out there things that they said, but, like, that weren't, like, problematic, just kind of silly, right? Like, I had a lot of students that thought that they speak Spanish in Brazil. That's a common one. So that's that I try to gently correct, but I don't know. Yeah, I had one student ask me how one time I've told this story before, I think. And to be fair, I want to preface this by saying that this is like a very reasonable thing to not really ever think about. But I had one student ask, like, how do you say Florida in Spanish? Or like not even how to say it, like, because that's a reasonable question. That's a much more reasonable question. But like, how do you, like, what is the word, like, how do you translate Florida? And the reason that's a silly question, in case anyone here doesn't know, is because Florida is a Spanish name. I think it literally comes from Spanish. Yeah, I did see that, Matt. Congrats. But the reason I said though that I think that's actually I don't really judge someone for that. Like, it's silly, but the thing is, like, you know, there's so many loan words that we don't know are loan words because they're so natural, right? That happens all the time. So that's why I like, everyone's gonna have gaps in their knowledge, right? And it's silly and fun to, you know, it's fun to make fun of a little bit, but like, I don't actually judge anyone for that. But yeah, like, there's other stuff like that. There's also other, like, there is like just like misinformation about like some stuff that's similar to that. Like, for instance, the fun fact, this is something that I've been told and then I found out it wasn't true, is that Arizona, I heard that it was called that because it was an arid zone, which would be pronounced as like arida zona, and then it got condensed. But that's not true. Okay, wait, I didn't tap right. But that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not why Arizona has its name. Arizona, the name of Arizona comes from, it's actually disputed still, I believe. Like, we don't know for sure. But I believe the leading theory is that it was named after a Basque colonist. Or no, not named after them. But that there was actually a group of Basque settlers, and they used a name of like a specific type of tree or something that was common there. And the name of it happened to be similar to like Arizona, and then it got turned into that over time, which is really interesting actually, because it's like, yeah, it's a U.S. state having its name be based off of Basque is kind of wild. For anyone who doesn't know, Basque is not a very widely spoken language. It has less than a million native speakers today in northern Spain, right? So that's just cool. That's just a cool fact. Anywho. But yeah, there's lots of like Ohio Pile. Interesting. Trying to figure out what's up with it. Still didn't get one over here. Wait, is that right? Did I get the right number of tabs? I think I messed it up anyways. Wait, well, it's still alright actually. It's more than alright. That was pretty damn good actually. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. If you look at different regions of the U.S., you can see which areas were originally colonized by different groups, or which areas have a lot more like Native American present still, right? Yeah, it's really interesting actually. Yeah. Well, you know, most of the East Coast is named after is coming from English, as in, you know, like British-based names. Like, I actually don't know why the Carolinas, where that comes from. I'm sure it was just some princess, like, in the British, you know, royal family. Yeah, they're, you know, but then, like, Georgia was named after King George, one of them, I'm not sure which one. You know, a lot of stuff like that. Brother. But then, of course, if you go a little further out, a lot of the names start to be more based off of, like, French, because of the area that was part of the Louisiana Purchase, right? And then if you go further than that, then a lot of the areas become, you see a lot of Spanish names, because a lot of it is areas that were colonized by Spain first. But yeah. So, like, yeah. Also, it's really funny. What I always love telling my students this. I always loved telling my students some of the names of states that are named, that come from Spanish, because a lot of them sound a lot fancier than they are. Like Nevada. Nevada is a cool sounding name, in my opinion. At least that's subjective, but like no one would ever say Nevada is like a simple, like weird, like, you know, weirdly simple name. Nevada just means snowy. It literally just means snowy. It doesn't mean like snowy mountain or snowy something, it's just snowy. That's it. So if you say you live in Nevada, you're saying I live in snowy. Anyways. Oh, for King Charles, that makes sense. Well, that would actually make sense, because Charleston was the kind of main key colonial port in the Carolinas. It's still a big port today. Anyway, so like, yeah, so like snowy. Colorado literally just means colored or colorful. Florida, can you guess what Florida means? Florida just means flowery. Which maybe you could have guessed at this point. Montana, also from Spanish, and you'll never guess what Montana means. It's actually not a bad guess to say fluoride, because, well, do you guys know what Argentina comes from? I kind of give a hint, by the way, I introduced that. Do we have any chemists here? Does anyone remember the, does anyone know the, does anyone remember what the letters are for silver on the periodic table, right? Ag, because the Latin word for silver was argentium, or argentium, depending on like which, exactly how far along in the Latin process, like, of evolution you are. So yeah, argentium is the word for silver, and Argentina, and really just the Andes Mountains as a whole, but like lots of that came down through lots that was transported by river down to like Buenos Aires, and then shipped to Europe. A lot of that was shipped from there. One of the big things was silver. That's why the river that they would transport the goods from further up inland in South America, the river that they use to transport it is called Rio de la Plata, or just Rio de Plata, either one. You might hear both, but yeah, which is interesting because plata doesn't come from AG Argentium, right? So it's kind of a weird like mismatch, but the word plata literally means silver, like is the current word for silver. I actually don't know where plata comes from. Huh. Yeah. Plata means silver in modern Spanish, but Argentina, well, yeah, it's kind of harkening back to like the Latin word for it. So, but I don't know what plata comes from. Oh, woo! Does anyone know? I'm gonna quiz you guys on your Spanish. Do you guys know what the word for gold is? I've talked about this before as well because there's a fun little thing with this. Does anyone know what the word for gold is in Spanish? El gold. The word for it actually is in this case related to the Latin word root. So does anyone know what the Latin word for gold was? Or at least, you know, I'll give partial credit if you know the letters on the periodic table. Hell yeah. George is bringing up the class average here. The rest of you guys are gonna get held back a grade. AU coming from aurum. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that, George. Aurum is the full name, like the actual Latin name. Aurum. And so the Spanish word then is oro. Oro. O-R-O. Very simple word, actually. Oro. Name 5 elements in Spanish? I probably could. I mean, I've already got 2. Plata, oro. Okay, but now there are other ones that are... okay. I've actually tried to think if I do know others. I mean, carbon is just carbon. That one's easy. Fuck. Oxygen is oxígeno, I believe. I think. What else we got? There's definitely other ones that I know. Most of them are like fairly similar to the English words because they're scientific, which most of the time comes from Latin. Anywho, unobtainium. I mean, there's the verb obtener. That means the same as obtain. So you could probably actually do it pretty literally and directly. Anyways, though, so the whole thing with what was I gonna say? With what's it called? What were you mentioning before? I literally forgot. Oh yeah, with gold, oro. So oro is the basis for a, yeah, I was gonna say, it's I've talked about this before, I think, but dorado comes from that. It just means, so the ending ado, the affix ado means like it has a few uses. It's the same thing with like in the case of Florida, like ilo or ado, basically, or ida or ada, depending on like the gender of the thing, right? It can basically be like, it turns it into an adjective, right? In a very simple sense, right? So that's why, like, Florida, right? Like Florida, the name means flowery. It turns it into, it comes from flor, which means flower. But the fact that we say Florida turns it into an adjective. And so, orado, 1, 2, 3, 4. Orado means like made of gold. And then it's kind of an antiquated Spanish thing that it also used to be de oro, like de oro, and then that got combined, so it's dorado, just means like made of gold. So yeah, that's what dorado means. But here's my really fun fact that I always love to share with people, is that not only can you see that with like dorado, okay, well, first, before I set this up, does anyone know what the suffix ito or ita does to a word in Spanish? This is one that I feel like a lot of people might know. Yeah, it means small. This is a fairly well-known thing. If you add ito to something, it means small. So, any guesses on what the chips Doritos are? What that means in Spanish? Small door. I mean, yeah, literally, kind of, but also, what is, so if it's dor, which is short for de oro, it basically means small golden things, like whatever, right? Like in this case, chips. Like Dorito basically means small golden chips. Yeah. Yeah, there's somewhere out there. There's the Doro. We have the Dorito, but somewhere out there hiding is the Doro, the master chip. It's really funny. I never thought about it like that. Brother. Right. Alright, here's a fun one. I've shared this one before as well, definitely. Did you guys know that the word barbecue was originally a Spanish, well, sorry, was borrowed into English from Spanish, but it wasn't even originally a Spanish word either. The word barbecue was from a native language of the Caribbean. I think it might have been Taino or Arawak, one of those. I'm not sure which, but so that's the one of those things that I always, well, there's multiple spellings of barbecue, so they probably scammed you. There's not one correct one. Anyways, yeah, I mean, barbecue with a Q is fine too. I think they're equally correct personally, but anywho, so what was I gonna say? Oh shit. Just trying to think about what I want to do here. I really don't think it matters that much. Anyways, though, so barbecue is one of those words that like it's such like a just a natural sounding word when you're used to saying it a lot your whole life, right? That you never really question where it comes from or anything. But yeah, it's originally a native word from the Caribbean. Similarly, another word, jerky. Jerky originally comes from the Quechua word of charqui. So yeah. So a word from from Quechua, which is spoken in South America in the Andes, way far away, right? Made it to English via like Spanish, Spanish colonial influence, essentially, right? So, yeah, that's fair, George. I thought it was gonna go out further on the initial ones. Anywho, trying to think what are potato. I don't actually know what language the word potato comes from originally. Probably also Quechua, if I had to guess. But it's also interesting because so there's multiple words for potato in Spanish, right? You have papas, which is a very common one, but in some places you'll hear patatas. So, like in Spain, they say patatas. And then there's also there's like about 1 million types of sweet potatoes, if you didn't know, by the way. And each of them has a different name in different countries, basically. It's really interesting. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that El Papa, La Papa, and El Papa are all 3 different words with very different meanings in Spanish? So yeah, El Papa, La Papa, and El Papa. Anyone know what each of those means? I'll give VIP to anyone who does. And if no one does, everyone's banned. Just kidding. So the difference is, papa is with the emphasis on the second A, the second syllable, means like dad, right? Like papa. And then the other two are where it's more interesting though, because the other ones have the emphasis on the same syllable. The only difference is what definite article you use with them. So the other ones were El Papa and La Papa. No, that wasn't the question I asked, man. So El Papa or La Papa changes the meaning quite a bit. Because La Papa means potato. El Papa is the Pope. So whether or not you use El or La changes it from meaning a potato to meaning the head of the Catholic Church. That's why you gotta know your gender articles. There's other stuff like that. Okay, but here's where it gets really confusing. Because there's other examples that are like that, but are very silly because it's different from one place to other. That one's consistent, but like you're never gonna go to a place and it's gonna be the other way around. But there are examples where it's the other way around, and that's where it's like, bruh. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so in some Spanish-speaking countries, el banco means the bank, and la banco, or sorry, la banca means a bench. But in some places it's the other way around, and el banco means a bench, and la banca means the bank. And then in some places it's kind of like interchangeable. It's kind of fucked, man. It's honestly kind of fucked. They're not blanco, banco. I mean, the reason it means bench is because, well, the word bench, it's because actually in French there was which the word is borrowed from in English, there was a process of palatalization. Is actually the real answer too. I'm not just being. It's because the word in French used to be bank, like, or bonk, right? It used to be bonk. Horny bonk. No, like B-A-N-C, right? It was bonk, like an embankment. Think about it like that, like an embankment. That it was related to that etymology. It was an embankment, right? But yeah, like a bonk. And then because of sound changes in French, a lot of places that in other Romance languages are still a hard k sound became a ch or a sh sound in French. Really just a sh sound nowadays, at least. That's the reason why. Okay, so there's another great example. This actually has two sound changes in it, but the word for cat in Spanish is gato, right? The sound g is related to the sound k, so they're basically the same. So in French, though, instead of like cat or got, it's shot. Or I don't know if it's actually, I don't know if the T is pronounced there. I don't speak French. But if you know any French, you'll know that that's the word for cat. And it's, yeah, it's different because it's, because C's turn into sh sounds. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. But so the same thing happened there, where bench used to be bonk, like in French, and then became bench or bench, or eventually, you know. I don't know what order those changes happened in, but I know that that's the idea. Oh, this run is fucked. Yeah, there's other words like that it's like you wouldn't think are a loan word, but they are. Trying to think of a good one. Yeah, English has a lot of loan words. It's really interesting. Did you guys know that there's a really interesting thing that's a very classic thing with historical linguistics of English specifically, where generally you can tell. So the Normans, which were, you know, introduced like the French influence to English originally, and then there was other influences over the years, but like Norman, you know, Norman language, normal Mormons, yeah, Normans the Norman invasion of England brought in a lot of influence of Romance languages, and it's really felt in like one way you can hear it a lot is with food. The reason that so many names of types of meat and food are different than the names of the plant or animal that they come from is because the upper class, which was the Norman invaders, like the ruling class, would use like French or Norman words that come from Latin to describe the foods and the dishes that they would eat in court. Whereas the words for the animals and stuff that they came from, that was like basically like those were the words used by like the laborers and stuff, and those were the already existing Anglo-Saxons, right? So, as well as other Germanic groups too. But that's why, for instance, cow comes from the Germanic roots. Actually, I think maybe that one doesn't. Hold on. No, it does. Okay. Cow comes from the Germanic roots. Right, so the Germanic roots of cow, like the animal, but the word beef, meaning the meat, the food that comes from it, is from Norman or French or whatever. Yeah. Boeuf in Old French. Anyways, which funnily enough, they're both from the original same root of bovine or bos, but they just diverge, and one of them became a Germanic word for cow, one of them had the French word for beef. So, other stuff too. Chicken. If I had to guess, chicken is probably a Germanic word. Yep. Chicken comes from the Germanic roots of Old English. Whereas poultry, right? Poultry is related to like pollo in Spanish, right? We can do more. There's pig, right? Pig is also Germanic, whereas pork, even though it also starts with a P, is not from Old English. Pork comes from Latin. So, yeah, it's really interesting, right? How you can kind of see the remnants of, right, the effects of having different social castes in 11th century, 12th century England has defined the difference between animal names and the food names that are related to them. It's really interesting. It's not pork Latin, true. Anywho, stuff like that is really interesting. It happens with other stuff too, but food is where it's very, very noticeable. I'm trying to think what other things it happens with. I mean, like, okay, here's like, this is kind of more abstract, but like the word for, like, again, the nobility in the Middle Ages, they were the ones who, like, they ran the kingdoms, you know, they would raise up armies. So think about, like, words for armies, like, or like military terms, right? Cavalry is directly from Latin, like, or, you know, from French, through French, but, like, you know, caballo in Spanish means horse, right? So cavalry, directly relating there. Whereas the word horse, like the animal itself, again, I don't know off the top of my head what exactly the original word was, but yeah, it's from Old English. So, stuff like that, like, yeah, it's really interesting. So yeah, I don't think I have enough energy for another run, but and I'm just rambling now. A couple failed runs. Rip. One of these days, I'll definitely just like go all out. Go all out grinding. Do like a 6-hour stream. We get a few full runs in, but I am pretty tired. I actually don't have to work in the morning tomorrow. Like I've been doing a lot of like onboarding and training and stuff in the mornings. Most of the time, once my schedule is actually kind of more set in stone, like once I'm kind of fully in, I probably won't really be doing much in the mornings most days. So I'll probably be able to either stay up a little later or get up early and stream in the morning. So I'm not sure which I would prefer, honestly. We'll see. I kind of like doing morning streams, but we'll see. But yeah, that is the nice thing for my job, is that being in sales, or the specific sales that is, I actually don't have any required hours or anything. In fact, I'm not even like